Okay. Okay, Khushbu. So you are interviewing for a drug safety associate or a pharmacovigilance specialist, and I'm the interviewer today. And I'm going to ask you a series of questions and see where you stand in your knowledge, and we'll take it from there. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Satya Pichayan. I'm one of the leads in drug safety, and I'm the primary interviewer for you today. And I will be giving my feedback to my colleagues, and we will come up with our feedbacks after an interview in an email format to you. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know something about yourself. Tell me about yourself.
So I just graduated from Grand Canyon University, and I'm currently located in Boston. I am. Uh, I'm just. I completed my bachelor's in health sciences. Uh, that is pretty much for me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, what made you develop an interest for this field, for drug safety or pharmacovigilance? Why are you choosing to come inside?
Um, so I like I would like to contribute to the safety and well-being of patients by ensuring and monitoring in adverse drug reactions. Also, I would like to understand pharmacovigilance, and it's crucial for compliance with regulatory requirements and industry standards. Um, and I would uh, I have a personal interest in some like individuals due to personal my healthcare experience in drug safety uh, and yes, that is pretty much.
Okay, okay. So you said you have some experience in healthcare. In what areas do you have experience?
So I did my intern in physical therapy as a physical like under a physical therapist when I was doing my physical therapy, one of the classes for physical therapy.
Oh, that's good to know. So you have had some hands-on clinical experience as well?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. That's good. So, what do you understand in the pharma industry, when we talk about drug safety? What do you understand when we say it's an AE or an adverse event, and what is an adverse drug reaction? What is your understanding about that?
So adverse event is something which has caused due to let's say an adverse drug reaction is a harmful and unintended reaction due to medication at normal dose. And this reaction can range from mild side effects like nausea or dizziness to severe outcomes such as organ damage or an allergic reaction. For example, a patient experiencing a severe rash after taking an antibiotic would be considered to an adverse drug reaction. Every event is not an adverse drug reaction, but every drug reaction is uh, an adverse event.
So, what do you mean by adverse event? You said it's a. Can you repeat your answers, please?
Yes, so adverse event is something which is not sure, it is an event which might not be caused by the drug. So and it isn't like let's say I have taken a medication due to a headache, and I had a headache and I took a medication, but there is no confounding factors that a drug has caused the event, so there is the adverse event. But if there is a confounding factors that drug has caused the event, then that is an adverse drug reaction.
Okay, good, good. So, when do you consider an event to be a serious adverse event?
Um, if there is a like a um, in event such as a fatal life threatening, if it's a fatal or life threatening event, if it is a hospitalization, if the patient is unable to do things or like disabled to do things by his own, or if there is any congenital factors.
Okay. So those events are considered serious. So depending on the seriousness criteria, how do you report these events to the regulatory authorities?
um so I would so if the uh, let's say if it is a fatal, it is patient passed away or died, so death is a clinical diagnosis, so we would have 7-day report, reporting timeline. So so the narrative is patient died. So if we have very limited data or information, then we have to do a follow-ups, and if there is a life-threatening patient doesn't get any medical or surgical intervention, then patient will die. If it is a hospitalized event, then we'll have maximum a number of errors. Uh, so there will be two criteria: duration of hospitalization and severity of the treatment given, and frequency of how often patient went to the hospital, like how often every week or so, and a persistent or significant disability incapacity. So there will be a timeline depending on the serious or non-serious case.
Okay. Okay. So you mean like fatal events, you will report it in 7 days, and
Non-serious, non-fatal, non-life-threatening cases in within 15 days.
okay.
Yes.
And to mention non-serious cases, do you report non-serious cases?
Uh, uh, we like non-serious cases are also reported, although reporting requirements may vary, like depending on regulatory authorities. We are working, um, it can also help like monitoring the overall safety profile of medications. um,
So when
so,
do you report these non-serious adverse events?
Uh, it depends on the timeline of the cases, the companies to companies. Usually 15-day cases should be reported by 12th day. Like the submission should be done by 12th day.
Okay. Okay. So, um, do you know what is a SUSAR?
Yes, it's a serious, unexpected, suspected adverse reaction.
Okay. Do you report SUSARs to the regulatory authorities or you don't?
Uh, yes, we do report SUSAR cases to regulatory authorities.
Um, what are the timelines for reporting?
Uh, for Suzar, it will be sev like 7-day, 15 days, or like it would be a 7-day report because it is still a serious case. So um
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Um, when an adverse event occurs, there will be multiple outcomes, right? So, what are the outcomes of an adverse event?
Uh, So, when an adverse event occurs, various outcomes are possible depending on factors such as severity of the event, the patient response to treatment, the treatment effect. Has the patient recovered? Has the patient hospitalized? Uh, has he ended up like has the patient uh, has the adverse event results in temporary or permanent disability, uh, or the event or the patient led to death.
Okay, that's good. What do you mean by reconciliation, and how often do you do a reconciliation for any study?
um could you please repeat the question?
Okay. What do you understand by AE/SAE reconciliation, and how often do you do that?
Um, it involves in comparing safety data from different sources to ensure consistency and accuracy. Um, the frequency of reconciliation may vary from a monthly, quarterly, or annually.
So you reconcile the safety database
Yes, safety data.
with what do you reconcile?
Uh,
What is
like
the other data you will use for reconciliation?
uh, Adverse event reports, safety database, clinical trial databases, regulatory submissions.
Okay, okay, that's good. So, what do you consider something as your strength?
Um, I I believe I can. I'm easy to work in team. I can uh, uh, I have good communication skills. I do have a good problem solving skills. Um, I I have capacity to adjust a new situations and in I can thrive in challenging environments. I can uh, develop I have a good problem solving skills as well. So I think that are my um, uh, qualities.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good to know. Do you have any weaknesses at all?
Um, yes, uh, I find sometimes a time management difficult. I might struggle to prioritize tasks. Lack of I do have a uh, difficulty in sometimes in resolution. Uh, but I do like um, I'm a quick learner, so I can uh, and with learning uh, I have a good adaptivity, so I can learn with my mistakes. So
Okay, that's good to know. So, if you get a bunch of cases like in a day and you have a lot of adverse events reported, like how do you prioritize your cases? And do you follow any kind of techniques or any kind of system you have for case processing?
um, when prioritized cases, I like in a large volume of adverse cases, I do like in a on the scale of severity from severity, then I like regulatory requirements. I would go for a signal detection, then patient impact, like consider the patient impact of the adverse event, the patient health, quality of life, and a causality assessment. And lastly, I would consider reporting source. Uh, by systematically prioritizing adverse cases based on like the severity of the case.
Mm-hmm. And how do you keep track of your case processing?
Um, I would just uh, utilize the specialized software like database that is uh, that would ensure the team members to adhere this procedures to maintain consistency and accuracy in the case management. I would implement the case using project management tools. Um, this helps ensure the tasks are completed in timely manner and facilitate collaboration among team members.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. So, what is your workflow?
So it is uh, triage, data entry, quality check, medical review, quality review, report generated, transmitted, and submitted, and then case goes to archival. So let us say if I took a COVID vaccine and now I'm having a hypersensitivity, so report I would just go and report to pharmacy. Now the report pharmacist prepares, it goes to safety inbox, and when the subject is let's say the subject is the adverse event is hypersensitivity. Now let's say date is today, which is initial receipt date, and adverse event preferred term is given. So now when we open the PDF, the attachment in there, we do triage, saying that this is a valid or invalid case. Is this a serious or non-serious case? If it is a fatal, life-threatening, or non-fatal, non-life-threatening case. So based on these three questions, we do the triage, and then case goes to workflow. So once we do a valid case, the report from there has an identifiable patient, identifiable reporter, suspect drug, and adverse event. So the case is valid, and now we have but there is no serious criteria. Patient did not die, but the patient was hospitalized. So we have 15-day report, and because this case is valid, once we do a triage, we route the case to data entry, and from there we route the case to quality check, where the quality check team member will fix the errors, and then the case will go to medical review for seriousness assessment, causality assessment, and expectedness assessment. After quality review, the case gets routed to quality reviewer, and then they will the case where reports generation, transmission, and submission. So once the generation, transmission, and submission is done, the case is routed to archival and stays there.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, good. Nice talking to you. I got my own notes about the interview, and definitely I'll convey my feedback to my team members, and we'll get back to you. Okay,
Okay, thanks so much for your time.
thank you.